That blocked him?
Hostile nomad expired.
That's some bullshit. That is some bullshit.
I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me.
Yo, what's up guys? I'm DeadlyPsyko and welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk to you guys about my opinions about Black Ops 4, and I want to give some feedback, so maybe hopefully somebody from Treyarch will see this, or somebody from Activision maybe will see this and, you know, decide to do something about some of the things that I'm going to be talking about, or maybe improve some of the things that are already really good but could be better. And for those of you that have suggestions or complaints, please post them down in the comments below, because who knows, maybe somebody does see this video and they're taking some ideas and suggestions and complaints from smaller channels like mine. So hopefully we'll see something out of this. So my first impression of Black Ops 4 is that it's really new and fresh and just fun in general, just because there's so many different things to learn, so many different ways to play the game, and there's just so much that goes into it that you don't immediately think about when you first start playing. You just think, hey, it's a new Call of Duty. It's pretty much the same as the other Call of Duties, but you don't think about all the intricate things that they added to Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 plays really smooth, and it's actually very fast-paced, especially in those 6v6 game modes, but even in those 5v5 game modes. It's just super fast-paced, which is ridiculous. I didn't expect it to be as fast-paced because it was 5v5, and you had to heal yourself and think about reloading and healing and all those things before you got into another gunfight, and still, it's really fast-paced. And on the flip side of that, you can choose to slow down the pace and play how you want to play. So it's not like you have to play fast-paced. You can slow it down, and you can use other weapons and other tactics to slow down the pace to your playing level, or to wherever you want to play at, to just throw off the other team. And it's a really team-based game, so you're gonna have to coordinate with your team, or at least play around your team. Even if you're a solo player, you'll have to play around your team just to be able to win and get those high kills and whatever you want to try to do in Call of Duty. I do play on a regular PlayStation 4, not a PlayStation 4 Pro, and I had no problems with lag, frame drops, or anything like that. So there were a couple instances where you did notice maybe a little weird situation, but that's kind of normal if you think about it, especially if it's not happening too often. So I'm not sure how these other people are having these issues, but for me it was pretty much a smooth gameplay experience. The weapons and other sounds in the game sound just absolutely amazing, and I have to give Treyarch some props for this. I also really like the map designs that Treyarch pulls off, because there's not always just an overpowered spot. There's always a counter to a spot, or there's a way to get around it, and I love the way they do this. I also really like the manual healing option. It just seems like it makes you able to decide whether you want to reload, heal, and push into the fight, or just back off and then heal, reload, and then continue fighting. It changes up the flow of the game, and it makes you decide what you want to do. If you want to push without healing and perhaps get a kill and then continue, or maybe not, maybe you want to back off. So it really just gives you the option, and I think that's a really powerful thing. Something else I really like that they implemented is preloading maps in the lobby. This makes it so much faster to get into a game as soon as the timer goes down, because the map's already preloaded for everybody. So I really like this option. If they could just fine-tune it a little bit more and make it better, then it'll definitely be amazing. So now that I'm done stroking Treyarch's dick, now I can get into the stuff that I want fixed in this game. First of all, the spawn system is atrocious, and this is to be expected. There's new maps, and it's just a new Call of Duty. It always happens every year. The spawns need to be fixed, or at least adjusted a little bit. And speaking of spawns, Seraph's spawn beacon is just absolutely ridiculous right now. It doesn't seem like it plays right at all. I think it should just activate nearby spawns to that spawn beacon rather than just spawning everybody next to the beacon. It just absolutely like destroys everything in the game. It just murders the gameplay and the flow. It makes it easier for some team to notice that you have a spawn beacon and spawn trap you, as well as easier for that team that has a spawn beacon to just murder the other team's spawn. I don't know, I think it should go back to the alpha where it just activated nearby spawns and you would spawn near those areas if you could spawn there. Body armor has been a huge deal in Black Ops 4, and I don't know how to feel about it. I do hate it, but I also don't mind it at the same time, so don't freaking crucify me right now. But I do understand both sides of the picture, future, and I'd rather actually deal without it. So if they can either change it up so it doesn't protect you from players' gunshots and it protects you instead from score streak gunshots, or maybe explosive damage and fire damage and anything like that. Maybe there's a better way to do this instead of just making somebody take an extra bullet from another player. That just makes it really annoying, especially if they have an extra 50 health from crash. This one isn't really a big deal, but it is really annoying at the same time. It's the reload sound, like just randomly in the gameplay. Like all I do is spawn and then run, and I'm hearing a reload sound like there's somebody right behind me or something like that, and it's just really loud and nobody's reloading around me. It's just ridiculous. Really annoying. It scared me the first couple times I heard it happen. I was like, where the fuck is this bitch? Something I never realized until Drifter explained it in one of his videos is a screen blackening when you get shot. It bothered me as soon as he freaking said something and I started playing and saw this. It was just ridiculous. If you guys want to see that, go to his page and then look at his criticisms for Black Ops 4's beta. It's ridiculous. I freaking hate this so much, and it's probably why I've lost a lot of gunfights is because of this, and I never realized it until he said something about it. Something else that I noticed that I'm not really sure if I dislike or like yet, but I don't think anybody else has noticed either. It's the fact that every assist literally counts as a kill for you. So I'm not sure how to feel about this, because I like the fact that it's a team effort and you do get the kill even if you assisted with it, and you get the points for it. So now you can get your score streaks still, but then again, like, it just ruins the amount of kills that I have, because now I don't actually get those kills and it doesn't accurately display how many kills I really got in a game. So I don't know how to feel about that. I'm not sure if I hate it or like it yet, because it just, I don't know, I haven't played enough to make a decision yet. But I know some people will hate it and some people will like it, and I don't even think anybody really knows about this. So let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about this. Lobby times are way too long, and I actually think they said that this was a bug and it wasn't meant to be this way in the first place. So this should be fixed by weekend 2. Something else that I don't really know how to feel about is kill trades. Kill trades are back in Call of Duty, but there's certain circumstances that have to happen for this to happen. It actually seems well balanced right now, so I don't think I hate it right now, but it could get annoying in the future. I'm not sure yet, so we'll have to see how it plays out. Knee slides and bunny hopping are just way too freaking annoying in this game, only because there's no real stamina depletion and you can just do it constantly at all times. You can jump as high as possible every time you jump, and you can knee slide as many times as you want. They've already addressed this problem, and they might make a change for this in the beta weekend 2, or if not, they'll definitely make it by the time the game comes out. Something I forgot to mention earlier with Seraph's spawn beacon is, for some reason in Search and Destroy, it allows you to spawn again, and I don't know if that was on purpose or if that was just a bug, but that doesn't seem right for Search and Destroy. You need to only have one life, and if they want a spawn beacon in there, there has to be a certain way to set it up for the next game or something. I don't know what the case may be or what they need to do with that spawn beacon, but that's ridiculous. That's overpowered for your team if you can spawn again, even if it is only one player, or if it's the entire whole team. That's just ridiculous. They need to fix that real quick. I do have some complaints about the minimap Fog of War system. And it seemed like it was going to play out pretty well, but now that it's actually came out in the beta, it seems very, very annoying and overpowered, and it just doesn't seem to have a place in the game. I think they should take it out completely, but at the very least they need to make some adjustments to make it a little bit more fair, because as it stands, whenever an enemy is in that white circle around you or your teammates, you will be able to see them as a red dot, and it will be live. It won't be a sweeping UAV type red dot. They will be live, and this is very annoying for Search and Destroy or for flanking. There's so many different ways that this just ruins the game, in my opinion. So Search and Destroy is one of them. You won't won't be able to ninja defuse, ninja plant, any of that, or you won't be able to flank in normal games or any other game mode, because they will be able to see you as soon as they look at their minimap and see that you're in the proximity behind them. So Drifter had this idea where you could make it a cone in front of you, but I don't understand why that would be effective in any way, because there's no point in having them be seen on your minimap in front of you if you can just look at your screen. So that doesn't make any sense to me. And then also he added a little thing where it's like a very close proximity around you, which it's pretty cool. I like that idea, but still I don't think this has any place in the game at all. There's no reason for it, because if you can't have the whole circle, there's no other way that you should need this. Maybe if they had the circle really small and then had a sweeping UAV type radar around the person so that you could see them not live as a red dot, but every time that sweeping mechanism goes across them, you would see that red dot. Maybe that would be better than having a live red dot on your map pretty much at all times, especially if your entire team has team link and it's just ridiculous. Now you guys see all the whole map and you guys have UAVs and everything. Now the other team just has a disadvantage, and I think it also works against Ghost, so I'm not sure about that, don't quote me on it, but I think that this fog of war, clarity of war I should say, because the fog of war is outside that clarity of war zone, is what you can see. So I don't know if Ghost appears on that. I'm up to like 11 minutes now, so I'm gonna speed through the last couple things. So the dog is a little bit overpowered. It's not too terribly overpowered. I do like the way they have it, but if they added a way to fight it off and be able to shoot it a couple of times before it attacks you again, that would be the best way to nerf the dog, in my opinion. Kind of like being able to fight off that Seeker from Prophet. So all you have to do is press square as soon as the dog jumps onto you. I think that would be the best way to be able to fight off the dog. I don't know if they would be able to do that because they don't have the animations for it already made for the game. I think that the specialist equipment is way too overpowered to be getting them as constantly as you do. Some of them do need to have a shorter time, and some of them do need to have a longer time, in my opinion. It just seems like some of them just appear out of nowhere and you just use it so often that it's ridiculous. The grappling hook I feel like is okay to be where it's at, but maybe the razor wire should appear later, especially when it has so much HP, which, speaking of its HP, I do think they need to decrease it a lot, because it does take so much to take it out. Maybe 3 or 4 clips, entire clips, to take out the razor wire. So I think they should decrease it to maybe 2, maybe 1.5, maybe 2.5, something like that, just because it's like way too overpowered to be trying to shoot at and kill. I mean, you could use a grenade or something to blow it up, but otherwise it just blocks the path and you can't do anything about it. The last thing I got is the ability to heal after getting radiation and fire damage. I just think it takes way too long. It's about like 30 seconds or something crazy like that, and that's a long ass time. I think they should decrease it to maybe 20 seconds, 15 seconds at least, maybe something like that, just because it takes so long to be able to heal after you sustain that damage. Ladies and gentlemen, I know it was a really long video and it was a little bit late, but I did want to get all my thoughts together and see what all I wanted to talk about for this video. It is a lot of information, so if you guys have questions or want to add to this video, or just have some other things that you thought of while playing the beta, let me know down in the comments below. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you can get notified every time I upload a new video. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Done.
So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. Taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't never. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. Taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't here to make plans. Yeah. I ain't never slowing down, keep on going till I'm down. No, I'm never slowing down, cause we're blowing up now.